What's up, everybody? This is Will with Lightweight Debris Removal. Want to do a special video for you guys. I think a lot of people checking out the news and going, man, see the housing market going down. They're seeing a lot of stuff going on and wondering what's going on. Is it seasonal? Are things gonna bounce back? Is it the tariffs? What's going on? Seeing a lot of layoffs and stuff on TV. A lot of talk about AI being the next big thing, robots taking over the world and all this stuff, right? I wanted to share with you guys a little story. So back in 2001, we bought a condo. I just got out of the Marine Corps. I was only out a couple of years, got a job with the post office, and we decided to buy a condo. 2001. So everything blew up, guys. You remember back before the last great housing crash, everything blew up, guys. From 2001 to 2003, things were going up really fast, and so we decided to jump on a house. We rented out that condo, bought a house, but we bought it in an undesirable area in San Diego. It's a really bad neighborhood. It's really known. I'm not going to put the name in here because I don't want to offend nobody if you're from there. It happened a couple times. I keep dropping that name. I'm like, oh yeah, we bought a house in a bad neighborhood. People are like, man, I live there. I'm like, no, it's okay. It's actually not so bad. But anyway, I work for the post office, so there was no hiding it. Everybody at the post office goes by zip codes. So I'd say, oh, I live over here, the neighboring town. It wasn't so bad. And they're like, what? Nah, that's not your area. What's the zip code? As soon as I would tell them 9211, I'm not dropping the last one. They would be like, yo, that's the hood, bro. What are you talking about? So anyway, long story short, that was 2003 we bought it. 2005 I took a job and we moved to Miami. So we went out there, worked for a government job in Miami airport. Was there for 2 years, decided to come back home to San Diego. We get back and I started hearing about the prices are gonna crash. Just like right now, guys, exact same timing. And so I'm like, what's that mean? And they're like, yeah, the market's gonna take a tank. And there's no way, there's no freaking way, because from 2000 to 2006, everything was tripling, just like now from how it was 2017 to now, or last year anyway. And then, so we're like, what's gonna happen? And they're like, the market's gonna cool down. And I'm like, oh man, you know, I finally had some equity built up in both places. So we had two rentals, we had about $1 million, guys. And that's what the both places were worth, about $1 million. And the equity we had on it was about $500,000. So I was doing really good. I was riding on high, the highway, felt really good. I was like 23 years old, 500,000 equity. So I felt rich, but I didn't have it in my bank account, so it didn't really help me. Well, as soon as we got back to San Diego, I started hearing about this. So I told Christina, let's list our house for sale. Let's get rid of them, or sell one and pay off the other one. And she's like, nah, it's gonna keep going. It's gonna keep growing. And I'm like, I don't know. I'm watching YouTube and all these other videos, and people are saying housing correction is coming, and it could drop 50%. She's like, nah, there's no way. Well, guess what, guys? It started going down, so we put it on the market. While it was on the market, it crashed. We actually had a house on the market when the crash happened. Our real estate agent called us, kept telling us to drop the price. We were dropping the price $25,000 a week. So it got all the way down to $285, and we owed $325. So we pulled the house off the market and we rented it out through the whole downturn. So all the way to 2014, I finally sold that place, thinking we're finally above water to where I could actually pay a real estate agent and all the fees and break even. So that's what we did. We broke even, got rid of it in 2014, and then 2017 came and everything went back up. And I was like, man, you can't time the market, right? Well, little did I know you can time the market. So what I did was I watched a bunch of videos. I ran across an article, and the article was the 18-year housing cycle. And the guy predicted the last crash. And I'm like, there's no way, man. There's no way you can predict that. Dude, they pulled up a chart. You guys got to Google this. Just Google 18-year housing cycle. You're going to see a chart. There's only 4 phases. It's really easy. And it shows it. All you got to do is count from the bottom of the last market. At the bottom of the last market. So, for instance, the bottom of last market was 2008. If you add 18 years to it, it comes out to 2026. And then there's always a little plus or minus, and it's said in there pandemics, wars, presidential elections, and some other stuff, right? But that got me thinking, because I read this back in 2014 when I first saw this, and I thought to myself, pandemic, that'll never happen. You know what I mean? 2019 came, and I was like, what? So plus or minus, right? Well, here's the thing. When COVID came, they pumped a lot of money into the economy, a lot. So it offset it. So it could be plus or minus 4 years. So we don't know if it's going to be 2026. Could be 4 years before, or a couple years before, or right after. But then now we're starting to see the signs, guys. You start to see the housing market's getting flooded. Yeah, we're out here in San Diego. People are dropping their prices. And it seemed like a lot of people just flooded the market and started putting their houses up for sale. So, guess what, guys? We're there, right? So, what does this mean for your business, right? So that's why I want to do a video. It's like, how can you prepare yourself? So, I put a list together of experts, what they're saying to do. And number one thing is don't panic, guys. Don't panic. People are not going to stop renting dumpsters. They're going to rent more dumpsters because there's going to be more movement. What I mean by that movement is people are going to move. One thing, houses are going to get cheaper, so people who wanted to be a first-time buyer, they're going to buy. Investors will be back, and they're going to be going crazy again, buying up properties, flipping them. They're going to need dumpsters. What else? Bank REOs. You know, if you look at the REO, banks take the homes back, and they got to get them cleaned out so they can, so people can, investors, but mainly can buy cash. They're looking for cash offers for these homes that get short-sailed or repossessed. So there's going to be plenty of movement, guys. There's going to be plenty of work. One thing you want to do is pay off your debts, guys. If you have outstanding credit cards, you owe money on dumpster rental that you bought, like I did. I bought like $200,000 worth of dumpsters, and finally I only owe a couple thousand, like maybe 17,000 left. I'm just going to go ahead and take care of that. Start paying off any of my credit cards that we have out there, and then get the trucks all maintenance up, get them ready, so that's something you don't have to fork out a bunch of money. Also, if you guys are looking to make a big purchase, do it now, because here's another thing. Everybody always thought that I have all this equity in our house, and if something ever goes wrong, we'll just refinance and pull the money out. The bad thing is, guys, when the market goes south, the banks clamp up. They're not lending any money. And that's what a lot of people were shocked about last time. It's like they lost the job and they're like, hey, I'll just pull some equity, just do a refinance. And the bank's like, nope. And they're like, hold on, dude, I need my money or else I'm not gonna make my payments on my house. They're like, we don't care. And they'll literally take the house with all that equity in there. So if you're gonna get equity out, do it now. If you're gonna buy equipment, do it now. If you're thinking about refinancing equipment, you know, I was thinking about that. We owe like 3 more years on my trucks. And I was thinking, should I recast them out to another 5 years, put some money down, get my payments down? But I'm not going to do it. I think I'm going to hold on to that cash because we're going to need it, because things are going to pop up, guys. You're going to see people going out of business, unfortunately. And that's when you can buy more dumpsters for cash. People are going to have to sell if they're not doing well in their area. What else? You can get trucks cheap if you have cash. So, or you want to buy some properties, you know. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to hold on to our cash, but I'm going to start taking advantage of the time we have right now, guys. It's a small window. Don't sleep on it. Start thinking. Start consolidating what you can. If you need to consolidate bills, do it now. Don't wait till later. If you can pay off some stuff, do it now. You know, if you can, just, you know, everybody has their own situation. Just look at your situation and say, hey, well, if this happens, where do I need to be at? Right? Or what do I want to be at? Or do I need some more vehicles? You know, you can get a loan for that stuff right now. You know, if you want to get a Cam Constant hook lift trailer, you know, that's another thing. A lot of people want to get into the business and they're not going to be able to because it's going to be hard to get loans. And they're definitely not going to want to go with a startup company. It's really hard. As a startup company, your first 2 years, nobody wants to give you loans. But if you do it now, it should be okay. But definitely it's going to be harder later. So if you're thinking about getting into a business like dumpster rentals or junk removal, and say your job goes sideways, you know, say you're one of the people that get cut. Well, if you already have the equipment, a couple dumpsters to start out with, like, you know, say you had a Camp Constant forklift trailer that you could do junk removal with and dumpster rentals, or maybe you want to go into clearing out homes, you know, because there's going to be a lot of that kind of stuff. And then also contract work, guys. So that's another thing that we did. I got a contract license. So now I'm a veteran. I got a contract license. And now I could go with government bids. And I got all these bases around me here in San Diego. So that's one thing. When the market goes south, that's when the government starts pumping money out. But
in 2 miles, turn left.
You know, you get contracts and stuff like that to work on bases, but you gotta have the right insurances. You gotta be set up. So that's what we're doing, guys. I'm not sleeping. I'm not waiting around. I've been planning this stuff out for 5 years and molding it slowly, and now's the time to like start to speed it up, get things finalized. So anyway, that was just a tip for you guys. You know, I wanted to pass along. Get situated and heed the warning, guys. Don't wait. It's coming. It's definitely coming. It's on the horizon. I seen it before firsthand. I'm about to be 50 years old this December, so I ain't a young buck like you guys. And but the good thing is I went through that last Great Recession. I had properties. I didn't have a business, but you know, I work for a government, so it didn't really affect me. But now it can, because definitely it's going to affect everything. Things normally get cheaper though, guys. That's a good thing. You just can't get loans and everything feels depressed. But fuel goes down. Things that you want to buy go down. But the problem is hard to get loans. And if you don't have cash, you know, it's just a little bit harder. So get your credit scores up. You know, start maintaining things. Think about it like what would you do in those situations? Do you need to have some cash so you can have a nice 7 months of expenses in your account? You know, so for things to like iron out, and it doesn't last that long, guys. It was only 2 years. It went, the market crashed in 6. They said the market hit the bottom at 8, and then Obama said in 2009 that the recession was over in 2009. It felt like a recession, guys, all the way till 2017, 2015. It felt like it. It just stayed like that, you know. Although they kept saying job market is good and all these numbers, people don't feel it, man. It takes years. It takes 10 years, guys, before the market starts to go back up. But during that time, like I said, everything's cheap, man. I think that was a good time for us. We bought houses during that time. Took some great vacations. I mean, we did a lot during those 10 years. And you could tell it was a lot cheaper back then. Not like now, you know, everything's like food prices. Just like then, like last time. Food prices were high. What else? Cars were expensive. Campers, RVs, everything was expensive. And then right around that time, I just remember saying to myself, right before the crash, where's everybody got all this money from? Like, I see people, everybody was struggling. I was struggling. Everything was expensive. Like, housing was off the chain, just like now. And then also, I started seeing people driving H2 Hummers. That was the big thing. And we're all H2 Hummers. How did they afford the gas? It's $5 a gallon right now. Back then, this is 2006. And I never forget it. I was playing cards with this one guy, and he told me, he goes, I'm gonna wait till the market crashes, Will, and I'm gonna go buy me a house. And I thought he was crazy, guys. I looked at him. He was about my age now. He was about 55 back then. So he's 70-something years old now. But I looked at him, I said, dude, you're crazy, bro. It'll never go down. A year later, guys, boom. It's crazy. It does happen. So anyway, go back there, guys. Google 18-year housing cycle. I'm not crazy, guys. Look at the 4 cycles, and you can see right where we're at. We're right at the cliff. Bloop. So anyway, guys, hope this information helped somebody. If it did, like, subscribe. Stay tuned to the channel. I'm going to start talking a lot more about this. My wife's like, you got all this information. Why don't you put it out there? Well, I don't want to seem crazy. I don't want to start out too early. But now I can see it. I'm going to start laying it down. And I'll start giving you guys tips and tricks of what I'm doing, because I know what's coming. And who I'm listening to out there on YouTube. And you guys can follow along. And when you see the signs, start getting ready. All right, guys. You guys have a good one. And stay safe out there.